NFC East.
Yeah.
I'll say the Giants for last.
Start with your shitty division.
Yeah, fuck this division. The Washington Commanders.
Are we not going to start with division winners like we did last time too? Come on. Now.
You want me to talk about Dallas first?
Got to put a little respect on Dallas's
Fuck
name,
'em.
man.
This is another team, bro. And I know everybody has the same idea where it's like, the Cowboys this year, the Cowboys this, the Cowboys that. Listen, man, the Cowboys nothing. Every year it's the same fucking rinse and repeat cycle. Oh, they can do it this year. Dak's healthy. Guess what? Dak's healthy at the start of every fucking season.
Little side note, I was on Discord with a friend of mine like 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago, like right before the new Madden released, and they had just released the quarterback rating.
Tell me you didn't buy that fucking game.
Oh, I pre-ordered it actually. I purchase all sports games. We've been through this.
Do this to
I buy all
yourself,
sports
bro?
games. We know that. We know this. I buy all
Download
of them.
the upgraded rosters on the old Madden and call it a fucking day.
You know this. I buy
Sorry.
all new sports games.
Sorry.
Anyways,
Continue.
no, I'm in a good spot. Okay, I'm gonna treat myself to a shitty Madden game. It's gonna nothing but annoy me. I was on a Discord call with a friend. We were looking through the Madden ratings they had just released. We were on the floor laughing for a good 5 minutes when we saw Dak was an 89. Like we were genuinely on the floor. Just pure confusion.
Can I be honest? I don't even pay attention to their ratings anymore. I just feel like
it's complete.
What are they called? Madden adjusters.
Adjusters, yeah.
Fuck is that, bro? What are we doing?
Because especially in a sport like this where everything is so volatile because it's such a short season where your rating can fluctuate so much from 1 week to 1 week. It's just so hard to just like have like a set thing.
Yeah.
So can't give much attention to that. But anyways, moving on. Obviously lost to Amari Cooper. So CeeDee Lamb now transitioning into that kind of number one role. Did not like what I saw from Zeke last year, both from a health standpoint and just physically. I just didn't think he looked right. That being said, I have him on fantasy this year, so my hopes are high, but my expectations are low. So I don't see them. Yeah, they're not winning this. They're not winning this. That's my prediction. There's one team in your division I like a lot.
I think we're gonna have the same.
Probably.
Giants are winning the division, right? No, just kidding.
Oh yeah.
I'm just kidding. Where do we have Dak in terms of quarterbacks across the league?
12 to 15.
I've never been high on Dak. I think that
I'll tell you this. I think he's the best quarterback in your division by far.
Come on, really?
No, I know, but I still think that matters.
Come on.
I know it's not saying
Helen
much,
Keller
but I still
could
think
be
it's
a better fucking quarterback than the majority of these
all right,
guys.
Jalen's not that bad. Jalen's not bad. But yes, Carson.
Are you high on Jalen now? We'll get there.
I'm not high on Jalen. I don't think he's.
I'm a huge Jalen guy.
I don't think he's a good NFL. I don't think he's Daniel Jones bad, or I don't think he's Carson Wentz bad.
Listen, man, you leave Danny Dimes out of your fucking mouth. All right. Listen to me. All right.
Anyways, best quarterback in the division. I think that it's not saying much, but I think it still matters. Yeah. Is my point.
I also think that they have the best defense in the division as well. And
okay, I could buy that.
I'm not low on Mike McCarthy. I'm not high on Mike McCarthy. But I do think he's a good football coach. I do think he's a good NFL coach.
I'm not lukewarm on Mike McCarthy. I'm like left the water bottle in the car for like an hour. Warm on Mike McCarthy.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, like I'm not a huge fan. I don't think he's horrible. I don't think he's particularly good either. I actually think he's a decent long shot for first coach fired.
Yeah,
this year I think he's a decent long shot. I don't know what the odds are on that one, but I wouldn't be surprised if they weren't super low.
I don't know, dude. With the way that organization works, they've held on to guys like Garrett for way too long. Jason
Garrett was Jerry Jones's godson.
I know.
Like, that's
I know. Can I just tell you what the difference in a good or bad Cowboys team is? Whether or not which version of Zeke shows up this year.
Yeah,
I think that it comes down to that. You have receivers. You have Lamb, who I think is going to become a really fucking good receiver.
Right.
I think he needs a little bit extra weight, but I also think that he's so fucking fast.
He's really good.
Catching up.
They have really good talent on defense. DeMarcus Lawrence, Micah Parsons. They have some real blue chippers on that side of the ball too. So it is a good team. I just don't. I like another team in this division more than them.
I think losing Amari hurts a little bit too.
Yep.
I think your receiver room got a little bit shorter, not in terms of height, but just in terms of talent. Nevertheless, I do have them winning the division.
Yep.
Let's talk about the next team.
Will I disagree?
What?
slightly disagree.
You disagree? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the other team who I think has the best opportunity, which I think is yours, which is the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yep.
I think that they are going to be, I wouldn't say a lot better than last year, but I think there's going to be a lot of growth on
I
this
think it's
team.
going to be a lot better.
They were 9-8 last year.
I think their roster is loaded. Like apps. If you just quickly take a look at their depth chart, it is absolutely loaded.
Yeah.
They have a lot of good players on that team. I loved we talked about it previously. We touched on the Titans. Loves the trade to get AJ Brown.
Yeah.
Another year of Devontae Smith. You would hope that having a bigger body receiver next to him is going to be a better complement in comparison to having to be relied on. Their receiving room last year
giving a rookie receiver, the number one slot as a receiver in the NFL. It's just rough.
It is rough. And not very, to be fair.
He wasn't also used like he was at Bama.
I think Jalen Waddle's probably the best example of someone who kind of panned out where it worked for him, though, where as of like day one, you knew he was the best guy on that team. They treated him like it was, and he actually performed to that expectation. Yeah. I think Devontae Smith, he has all the talent. I just think that there was a lot of circumstances last year that kind of prevented him from fully showing it.
I'm high on the receivers, yeah.
I like Miles Sanders. I think he's a good player.
Yes. I'm a big fan.
Loss of Jason Peters is going to be a little bit tough. But we'll kind of see how they adjust to that. But
they'll be fine.
They're a really, really, really good team. Yeah. Really, really good team. So they're my pick. I think they're a sleeper to get to the conference title game, actually. And I say that because I just don't like so many of the teams in this conference, and I think that any of them at any given point could just go on a quick run like they did a couple years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're my pick to win this division.
I just don't know if I have them as high as I have like maybe the Saints.
Oh, you're much higher on the Saints.
I am.
That's crazy.
I am.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I think we might see the good version of Jameis. We'll get to that, but I'm huge on the Eagles as well, unfortunately, because I fucking hate every other team in this division. But I also think this is the worst division of football,
right?
By far. It's just
AFC South.
I don't know, dude. I don't know, man. Giants winning more than 3 games this year? I don't know, dude.
3 games? You don't think you can win 3 games?
Have you seen Galladay's recent blocking highlights? It's just really bad. I don't think that. Well, let's go with the Giants.
Yeah.
I have no faith whatsoever. I think the new front office, new coaching staff needs another year or two, and they said it themselves. They're trying to kind of work through the weeds, figure out who they want to keep from the old regime, and keep it moving forward. I have no faith in any of these receivers staying healthy for more than like 5 fucking minutes of playing time. That
being said, I do like their talent at least. I like your receivers' talents. I don't, but the health circumstances.
I'm a huge Tony guy.
I love Kadarius Toney. Yeah, we've talked about this.
I'm huge on him.
I love Kadarius Toney. Yeah.
But they're also not using him well. This is also from last year. So, it's a whole different scheme we're probably running this year. They didn't want to use him because he didn't know the playbook well enough.
You would hope so, yeah.
But how are you playing a guy that doesn't know the play? Why does he know the playbook well enough? We're week 5, 6, 7. What are we doing?
Right.
And I hated how the organization has been ran for the past 6, 7 years.
Handful of years, yeah. That being said, love the addition of Brian Daboll, though. I think he was a really good hire.
Yes.
Definitely a good hire.
I think he could single-handedly change the trajectory of
Daniel Jones'
career. Yeah. If Danny comes out this year playing like he was supposed to, and we've seen flashes of here and there.
If Daniel Jones is even average, you'll keep him for another year. If he's Ryan Tannehill, you'll keep him.
If you can give me a mid Eli Manning career year,
if he's Ryan Tannehill, you keep him. I'm telling you right now. If he's Ryan Tannehill, you keep him.
The thing is, the kid has an arm and the kid can run.
Yeah.
The issue is that we cannot protect him, and he's playing with 4th and 5th string receivers.
Tannehill could run. People forget.
No, I'm not saying he could run. No.
Yeah,
I'm not
I
saying
know what you mean. I know what you mean.
I'm just saying in general, Danny has that ability.
Didn't he have the fastest straight line speed last year?
I think it was.
Like that?
Yeah,
it was
I think
13 or 15 miles an hour.
I think he also fell on that same one.
He did. It fell on that play like 5 yards before he got to the goal line. That was funny.
That being said, I think
or highest clock straight line speed, something like that.
That being said, it's a make it or break year for Danny. I think he can become like probably a backup quarterback after this if the year doesn't pan out as well as he needs it to be. I'm also big on Tyrod Taylor. I'm a big fan, and I think for the speed that we have at receiver, I think he might be the better option.
Tyrod Taylor is a good quarterback. There has never been a player in the NFL that has had more out of their control wrong things go for them, then that man
who gets stabbed in the lung by the
stabbed
wrong
in
team
the
doctor.
fucking lung by a team.
Like, how does that even happen? What are we doing here?
Bro, he got injured in the second quarter of Baker's rookie season. First game, he was going to be the starter. He got hurt like in the second quarter on some weird play where his own offensive lineman backed into him.
Yeah.
Like, just
Explain
things, the Buffalo injury, everything negative that's happened in that man's career has been out of his control. It is, I feel so bad.
I know. I agree.
I felt so bad for him so many times. Like, I don't understand. Like,
I forget who said
how
it.
someone could have so much bad luck. Like,
I heard someone say it that their projection for the Giants this year was that he'd be starting by week 7. I'm not prepared to say that. I think they're going to ride.
I think you'll give Daniel Jones more than 6 games.
I think they'll ride it out for the most part.
Yeah.
Now, all things considered, I mean, you have Washington twice, and then you have Philly and Dallas twice.
See, my standpoint is I don't see a reason to change quarterbacks unless you're within a chance of maybe sneaking into the playoffs.
Yeah.
Outside of that, just give Daniel the full year because at the end of the day, switching from Daniel Jones to Tyrod Taylor is not going to change anything.
Yeah.
And Tyrod Taylor's not the quarterback going forward. There's maybe a 5% chance Daniel Jones could be. Give him the whole year to show whether or not that he can. You know what I mean? So
yeah. I mean, if you're going to dump him after this year, anyways.
I mean, obviously, I'm not in that coaching room. But if I was, that would kind of be my thought process. Like, outside of us, like, genuinely having a shot at making the playoffs, there's no reason to see Tyrod Taylor this year. You know what I mean? Or injury, obviously.
I agree. I think they'll just ride the wave.
Yeah.
And then they'll call it a day.
Yep.
I mean, it's the first year of this entire new regime. Excuse me. I think they'll just ride the wave.
And you can just cut your losses. It's not like he's on a contract where you're gonna have to get off him. Yeah. You can simply just get off him, just let it walk. You're good. Start fresh. That's it.
I do think, and listen, I'm not rooting for anybody to lose. Like, I'm not a supporter of tanking, but if you're like 1-10, let's just call it quits. Let's because this is like typical New York Giant fashion. We'll go 0-7 or we'll start 0-8, and then we'll go win like 5 straight games, and it's like. Then we go lose the rest, and we end up 5-11. And it's like, what the fuck are you
in the tank for Bryce Young sweepstakes?
I've only seen one year of Bryce. I need something.
Fair.
Typically, you need 2 years.
He's in the right program.
Oh, are you kidding me? They're probably gonna win it this year. But regardless, I was huge on Saquon, and I think it's another guy that's make it or break it. And unfortunately, we signed him to this fat ass fucking deal.
Saquon's always a guy who's gonna put up numbers if he's healthy. I have zero doubt about that. He's still gonna be a good fantasy guy, despite how bad that line is. He's a guy who's gonna have like 16 carries for like 50 yards, but he'll bust one for 70, and he'll finish with like 20 with 140 or something.
Threat. He's a known threat. Yeah.
At any given moment, and Saquon's another guy I feel about this. At any given moment, Saquon can be the best player on the football field.
I can agree with that.
In any given game
alone.
Just his ability to just get to the end zone consistently. Yeah. So you at least have that going for you, if nothing else. So
I also think they addressed the offensive line, and they also added Thibodeau.
They did,
which is
loved the Kayvon Thibodeau.
I'm huge on that.
Loved the Kayvon Thibodeau.
They gotta watch this fucking kid because he's gonna get hurt.
Yep.
He's already almost got hurt in preseason.
Yep.
And was it? Yeah. Injuries are just gonna fuck us again, so I don't really care. I have us winning maybe max 4 games.
Tyree Phillips can be good for you. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah.
The guard he picked up from Baltimore that we cut. He's third round guard. He's kind of a swing guy. He plays right tackle and guard too. I think he's been better at guard though. He just found himself in a logjam. We have 6 guards. We have a lot. I think he's a good player.
I'm also a big supporter of the kid we picked up from Bama, Evan Neal.
Oh, Evan Neal.
I'm really big on that. I think he's just a huge fucking human being.
Yep.
And I'm glad they addressed that. I'm also glad that it is like one of the first time in Giants history that they actually decided to go backwards in the draft.
Yeah.
And ended up picking up
more assets.
Where I agreed with both selections where they could have fucked up with the one pick. At, what was it, 3?
Yep.
So very happy with that.
No, I think it was. I think you could have easily taken Kayvon Thibodeau at 3 also.
Yeah.
Like easily. Like
I think he may have fallen to probably
he did because of the off the field stuff. Yeah. Because of the off the field.
I'm big on him though.
Yeah.
So
I think as
cool
a pure football player, I think he's incredible.
Yeah.
So
and I think the defense will be able to anchor this team for a little bit of the of the season, and then Danny throwing picks or just doing the line will just fall apart.
Right.
Just typical Giants fashion. That being said, I have them at the bottom of this division.
I have them second to bottom because I think the Commanders are putrid.
Really?
They have Carson Wentz as their quarterback. So honestly, I feel like not much more has to be said, at least from my perspective. If you have something you'd like to add, feel free to do so. But
Here's my thing. I just don't think they're worse than the Giants. And that's that.
yeah, I guess.
I think we just have the injury bug. And I think the way Gettleman set up our
I think you have a better
future
coach.
contracts. Yeah. Well, it doesn't matter, though. Because, I mean, Sterling Shepard's going to play one snap and get hurt.
I don't think their roster is overwhelmingly better. Honestly.
No.
I like Chase Young. I like Terry McLaurin.
You have a first-year head coach in comparison to Ron Rivera, who's, what, 3? This is second or third year?
Second. Very lukewarm on Ron, personally.
They did less with the quarterback. What was their quarterback last year? Oh my God. He's their backup right now.
Oh, yes. He played against the Buccaneers in the playoff game and got Taylor Heineke.
Yeah. I can arguably say that maybe they stayed on the same track, actually, now that I think about it. But I do think that Carson will have his moments. That's the thing, is Carson will do too much, and sometimes doing too much helps.
Yeah.
Hopefully it doesn't end in 2 sprained ankles. All right, so give me your division, because I think we have just
Eagles, Cowboys, Giants, Commanders.
Okay.
You have Cowboys,
Yeah.
Eagles,
I
Commanders,
have to give the
Giants,
Cowboys
right?
just on paper alone.
Yeah.
And I just think that Mike is...
Yep.
I think Mike just gets it.
Who did Philly get to replace Doug again?
Sarkisian?
Yeah, Steve Sarkisian. Steve Sarkisian, yeah. Steve Sarkisian.
Which is a weird interview. I don't know if you ever watched his stuff. Just a weird interview. Yeah, he just seems like a nice guy.
I feel the same way about Matt Campbell in Detroit, to be fair.
Okay. I think Hard Knocks kind of give us a different identity.
I love that guy, though.
Okay. So I have Cowboys, Eagles, same as it finished last year. Funny enough, Cowboys, Eagles, Commanders, Giants.
Yep.
Again, I just don't think the Giants are competent yet.
I have the top 2 and the bottom 2. So.
But I love the hires.
Yeah.
I love there's already reports of people buying into the culture and people being attracted to the organization just off the people who are running things, which I think is important. Huge. And considering that you're in New York, I think that could help get. I think you have one of the
few successful Belichick disciples. I think he's going to be one of the few ones that actually work out.
And that's why I think that he's going to be able to work well with.
Yeah.